Hi and welcome to Warframe Hotfix I was going to say 12. 15.12. That's right, still no 16. They did confirm on Friday last week that this would not be 16 this week because there's things they want to put into 16 that are not quite ready yet. There has been a change to the Syndicates, and these are pretty cool. These are Syndicate level Syandanas, costing the same as the weaponry, which I think might be a bit much. There should have been a little bit less. A little bit more than obviously these, so it kind of fits in between, but the Syandanas don't cost anywhere near the weapons in the marketplace, so that seems a bit rich. But each one of them has a, let's call it, special attribute to it. And as you can see, this one, it flares up whenever the Tenno takes damage, and it looks like a jetpack. That's the Steel Meridian one. Arbiters of Hexus one I cannot actually click on, which is a bit of a shame. But this one, with every enemy struck down, the Syandana glows stronger. So them little blue things down there, they will obviously glow much stronger the more enemies you take down. Well, it says struck down, so I'm assuming it's actually killing people. But of course, one of the nicer looking ones, at least from what I've seen so far, happens to be, yet again, inside of Cephalon Suda. They got the decent mods, augment mods, the best weapon, the shield osprey, and the shield restore. They're the only people who have the shield restore, so Suda seem to be getting all the good stuff. But this one I also can't click on. It glows brighter with every scan performed, so getting it to glow is going to be a bit of a pain, but of course it happens to be inside of one I'll probably never get to do. Parent sequences looks pretty weird, and this one obviously every time you pick up credit and your wealth increases, it glows brighter. I'm not sure if it's going to backdate. It's like if you have a lot of money, when you equip it, will it just start with a hell of a lot of glow to it or not? Not sure on that one. Or whether you've got to meet a minimum requirement of pickups after buying them. Would be nice to see, because if you equip that and have a lot of money, will it already come extremely bright? Then we've got new logos. Yes, I'm aware we skipped red veils. That's because red veils I've actually got, so I can actually put that one on. But the new logo one, it's every ability used makes it glow stronger. But each one's individual and they do look pretty cool. And there is the Rakta, the red veil one, and I can't actually remember what that one does. Pretty stupid of us. Yeah, the flame will get brighter for every stealth takedown, and that one looks pretty cool, but as I say, that's the only one I can really afford to pick up. Steel Meridian wasn't a high enough level. I was only about halfway there because I just bought a load of augment mods, which I knew I shouldn't have done, but I did it anyway. And I'm not leveling steel, the parent sequence on new logos, so I'm not touching theirs. You can only wear one at a time anyway, so I thought I'd start with this one because it's a shooting jet of flame. On the good side here though, the weapons here that are obviously, if you pick one of these up and you do not use it, so it has 0 experience, it remains unranked, you can trade them. Well, a few updates ago they did kind of, I wouldn't say patch that, but they brought it in, so if you get the secondary affinity bonus as your daily login and the weapon you have equipped is maxed, it will take that experience and put it on any secondary you have that needs affinity or experience that you have in your arsenal. So if you have one of these that you're keeping for somebody else, it will just put it onto them, which meant keeping a hold of these became next to impossible. And I know personally when they brought that in, I had one of these that I was keeping for somebody who was after one, and I think it was the let's just say again this thing, and I just had to get rid of them as quick as possible so I didn't end up stuck with 2 weapons I didn't want, so I ended up giving them away. I think I've done that with almost everything now. I did it with one of new logos as well, because I had them on us, and if I couldn't keep them, just in case I got that as a daily login reward, that had to go. Well, now it won't. it actually says weapons that are tradable can no longer receive login reward XP. Now, there have also been a few changes to Necros in this update. This really should have been called the Necros update, and that flame is pretty small. I will have to get Loki out and get that upgraded a little bit. Yep. Now, the first one is you don't have to be looking at an enemy to cast Soul Punch anymore. He will not stop and basically turn and look towards the enemy you're casting it on, which apparently he did before, and to be honest, don't really care that I died there. Just trying to demonstrate that by kind of having his back to them, because he will not change orientation to cast it, apart from the fact he just changed orientation to cast it, so not entirely true. Is he still turned around to cast it? If you move and he won't turn around to cast it, which is a bit of a bonus, because the main point of it is he doesn't have to turn around to do it. Still did though, see? Still turned around to do it, but that's just because I wasn't moving. Now, Terrify has had a few changes. Where was I getting shot from there? I am just trying to top up his power. It's already topped up. The big one of these is a bit of a waste at 100 a time. Now, Terrify, the casting time has been reduced, so it now casts as if you're using the... Oh, I cannot remember the name of the mod that makes them cast quicker. It will now affect a greater number of targets. Before, the max was 12, now it's 20, which is going to make it great against the infected. I kind of wish I had enemy radar on. It can now be recast multiple times, so even though we've used it there, we could have used it again. And it should reset the counter on them. Obviously we're not going to let them live that long. What was it? I'm just quickly looking for medallion things here, because obviously I'm doing a Syndicate mission. It will prioritize the people around you it's not currently cast onto. So if you do it in a crowd, they'll run away, and you do it again, it will prioritize the people who haven't been affected before those who have. And I'm out of power again. Blah! Run! And of course, the range has been slightly reduced to kind of counter this. It used to be 20 meters before, now it's only 15. So even though it is better to use Terrify now than it was before, because it obviously affects more people, it is a shorter range. So obviously good things are kind of balanced out with, I don't want to say bad things, but not as good things, we'll say. And then of course there is Shadows of the Dead changes. Obviously this one is the Uber. I don't know why I didn't just press forward, I don't know why I scrolled through them there. These guys don't tend to last that long, normally. I think I've got the wrong setup here, because usually they used to last about 5 or 6 seconds. Wow, that actually lasted a pretty nice amount of time considering I haven't changed the setup. Well, the damage output of these is 2.5 with maxed... the ability actually maxed, which obviously it'll max as you level up. Where am I getting shot from now? I'm not. Good. They have increased health, so they will survive longer, I say, as they fall over dead at my feet. And apparently you can now walk through them, so they can't get you stuck in a corner. That change right there is a bit late. Fair few times I've had these guys out, which is one of the reasons I stopped using Necros to begin with. And you'll be in the corner and they'll just come around you and you're just stuck there. You've got to wait until they die. You can't do a damn thing. But now you can run through them. And that's pretty much it. As usual, there'll be a list of most of the changes and a link to the actual forum post, so you can go and have a look for yourselves. Because most of the changes, or at least the top noted ones, were for, let's just say, network optimization changes, like strict net and lots of other stuff. I'm still getting shot in the butt like crazy, and I can't say who's shooting me. Still getting shot like from across the room, really? Yeah, well, I can shoot across the room as well. That one I could see coming. And there was a bunch of other ones. One of the nice ones was affixed to Captain Vor. I'm assuming it means in the void, but if you used to teleport onto a ramp like this, you would fall through and die. And of course you would die outside of the map, which means you wouldn't get to pick up his goodies, which sucked. We actually were at the end of a couple void missions, Tower 4 captures, and twice in a row, because the end of the Tower 4 missions in the void, most void missions actually, there's a ramp that leads up to the exit, and we're fighting him. He would spawn in, then die. He'd literally spawn in, teleport once, and that's it. He just starts with his death talk, because obviously he fell through the ramp. Now I know what actually happened. Before, just assumed he teleported into a wall and got insta-killed. We had no idea what was going on. We actually spent the first time about 10 minutes trying to figure out where the hell he'd went. Now we know. So we'll leave this off here for now. Thanks for watching. I didn't manage to find any medallions actually. I should go back and have a look. Meh. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.